Hello, Serendipitous here, and oh gosh, it's been a busy few days, hasn't it? For me, at least, and for lore nerds everywhere. Well, I was busy enough already, kind of keeping tabs on all the stuff going on with the ransomware new legend thing, but also, of course, I've been very excited about the graphic novel. That's what we're going to talk about here. And turns out that we have a little preview, actually, which is kind of insane to me that we've got this already. It is par for the course. Like usually when it comes to like book publishers, they want to, when you want to sell a book or a graphic novel, a good way to do that is to provide some kind of sample to give people not just because usually a little blurb talking about what the story's about can be enough to maybe like get people maybe a little interested or maybe to pick up the book and thumb through the pages. But getting a little free preview is also a good way to kind of like give a taste of what to expect, especially for a graphic novel in terms of the tone, the artwork, and everything about it. Right now, I have several video ideas planned around this graphic novel. I definitely want to talk more about the creators behind the graphic novel. I'm definitely I pre-ordered my copy of the graphic novel back in November when it was first announced at BCX 2024. So I will definitely be looking over it and kind of talking about lore references and stuff like that. But today we have a special treat in that today, well, June 4th anyway, but while I'm recording, IGN had an exclusive preview of 10 pages, an exclusive 10-page preview of Brawlhalla Tales Nyx. And I want to read it over with you guys. I just want to say I was excited already for this. This preview has made me even more excited. I am so this is going to be really good. I think this is going to be everything that we hope for in a Brawlhalla graphic novel. This is marvelous. I was not worried because I knew that Matt Rumer, RJ Jost, and the other creators, the colorist and the letterer, they know what they're doing. After this preview, they really know what they're doing. So basically, this is kind of shown in sort of like a preview, like an image preview kind of a thing. This is going to be a little bit hard to read sometimes, just because I haven't found a way to zoom in or anything. However, IGN decided to do this. But in any case, here we go. The exclusive graphic novel preview gallery. So there's 12 images. The first two is basically the cover. So a close-up of the cover of Nyx with her steed Lucy and this feather. We're actually going to find out where that feather comes from in this preview. It's not that hard to figure out. And then, of course, the cover, which we have seen. RJ Jost, Matt Rumer, Roshan Curiciano, sorry if I butchered that, and Lucas Gattoni, sorry if I butchered that. Writer and artist, writer, colorist, letterer. I have a video planned later on sometime in the next week or so talking about what each of their contributions were and their credentials and stuff like that. So here we go. I'm just going to read through this. You're probably not going to be able to read, but if you look up IGN Brawlhalla graphic novel, you should be able to find this article. Also, the Brawlhalla Twitter account and other elsewhere in socials tweeted or shared a link to this. So you can read this for yourself. I will read through it just so you know what's going on here. All right. I'm going to have to sort of kind of get a bit closer here. So, starting up here, and I'll use my mouse as a way to kind of show you where I'm reading. When a mortal's time is up, an angel takes them to their next destination. Some go easy, some do not. For the most powerful and most unwilling, they call me. I am Nyx, Angel of Death. If you can't tell, Nyx is standing right here in front of this big Cyclops thing. But we angels of death are mortal too, and Asmodeus, the master of the void, finally came for me. I know what kind of afterlife Asmodeus rules. I know the things I've sent there, and I'm not going. So I struck a deal. As long as I collect souls for Asmodeus, I get to stay alive and out of his underworld. But if I ever miss a mark, I go in their place. That's fine with me. I never miss. I'm just going to read through it first. I'm going to go over details later in this video. Thankfully, I'm almost done with his latest list. And you see the name Taros is the last one on the list. Taros the Minotaur. Just this last one, a Minotaur, and then Asmodeus will be off my back for a while. And we see Taros in his, oddly enough, his metadev outfit, actually. Not quite dead, but very close, like dying in a battlefield. Whoa, someone used this bull to win an epic battle. Too bad they left you here to die. Come on, big guy. You fought your last. Tough customer. Wham! Oof! There's a feather falling on Taros' head. He kind of like slumps over and finally dies. I'm guessing there's an error in this little preview. I do know this error is not going to be in the final thing, but I'm guessing this is supposed to be down here. But Nyx is kind of looking up and sees Brynn carrying Taros up with her horse, Midnight. We have this lovely picture of Brynn with Taros and Midnight, and it looks very pretty, but then all of a sudden, Brynn's face changes a lot when she hears, "Hey, bozo! What are you doing? That's mine!" Come not between a Valkyrie and her chosen. I was here first! That's one of Midnight's hooves. Like kicks Nyx right in the face, and then Nyx falls to the ground with, one of Midnight's wing feathers in front of her. Of all the days and all the souls to run into a Valkyrie on. That cow is mine! It's not even a Viking, stupid, selfish feather. Yeah, it's like got the characters indicating some kind of expletive. And you have Nyx kind of like, dejected, like, lying in the grass. Whoosh. You have something coming in. Well, you finally failed. I can't say I'm sorry. And I think we skip a few pages here for this next one, because all of a sudden we have Nyx on her steed, Lucy, flying to Valhalla. There it is, Lucy. You're still the best. I can barely read some of these, but here we go. I'm going to guess here. Hey, here comes someone. Hand me my sword. Hey, here comes someone. Hand me my sword. No, my big one. I said my big one. I lost it. You lost it? Here, use mine. So this is Heimdall. We've never seen Heimdall in the Brawlhalla universe before. We know he was there, of course. Bodvar had to barge past Heimdall to get into Valhalla. This is him. This is Heimdall, holding this tiny little sword, which is, as you can see, Bodvar's back here. Anyway, what business have ye here, mortal, in this realm of gods and warriors? I am the Grim Reaper, come to reclaim what is mine by right. Well, now, that's some pretty important business, but I am Heimdall, the guardian of the gate. None shall pass but by my leave. And then Heimdall looks back at Bodvar, and they're giving each other a... So I'm afraid I can't let you in. And you see a scythe is like coming right for Heimdall. We might skip a few pages here as well. I'm not 100% sure, but here we have Heimdall using this small sword here from Bodvar, and in this battle there's some kind of crash and blowing a hole through the door. Well, now that was a nasty blow. Look at what you did to our door. May be funny to you, but who's going to fix the great door? And you see Nyx is taking the time to run in. And now look, she's gone in. You know what would have prevented this situation? Your big sword. My big sword! And then Lucy's kind of like sniffing, Go on then. And that's it. That's what we've got. So I want to point out a few little details here. First of all, okay, we don't know exactly what these monsters are. We've never really seen them before. The names on here are like Craig, the Moth, Scourge, the assistant manager at my DMV. And I think like Tulip, the Storm of Beasts or something like that. And then here we have Taros the Minotaur, and there's a little message here that says, "P.S. We're out of milk." So Asmodeus is really taking advantage of Nyx here to, like, basically do all the dirty work for him. Again, Taros in his metadev outfit. I guess this is kind of like him at his peak at least in mortality before going to Valhalla. And of course, you probably recognize this move right here. That's that's Taros's axe down sig. I also like seeing like these kicks and everything and the swings. I'm guessing that a lot of the action sequences in this graphic novel are going to be at least informed by in-game Brawlhalla moves in the game and everything, which I think that's really cool. I just love the attention to detail here. So yeah, again, the horse is named Midnight. If you don't recognize this horse, so Bryn has an epic skin called Aurora Bryn, which is from Battle Pass Season 3. And in Aurora Bryn's signatures feature this galaxy-like horse, and her name is Midnight. And so I guess the creators decided to bring Midnight in as Bryn's official steed, essentially. That's also where that feather that Nyx is holding on the cover, that's where the feather comes from, right? This is just brutal, like a hoof to the face, man. Then Nyx just comes tumbling down. Anyway, another thing here too, like this shot right here is very reminiscent, to me at least, of the 2020 animated trailer, Welcome to Brawlhalla. And where at the very beginning of that trailer, Kaya is riding Ragnir while he's in his dragon form, and they're swooping in towards Valhalla, and there's kind of like this very similar shot of like the clouds opening up and Valhalla shining down there. That's really cool. I like that. The Bodvar and Heimdall. So if you don't know, Bodvar was worried he would never get to Valhalla because he was never losing in battle. He was worried you have to die in battle to get to Valhalla. That's the typical requirement, essentially. And also Nyx was kind of saying, he's not even a Viking. What is this? And all that, right? Where Nyx says that, on this page here. So typically they are Vikings, but Bryn finds potential in others as well, and that's why she brings people like Taros to Valhalla. Anyway, Bodvar found his way to Valhalla and stormed past Heimdall and kicked down the door. So in spite of that, maybe rather tumultuous first encounter, sounds like they're best buds because I'm pretty sure this sign here at this sort of like booth place here, I see like Heimdall, and a little note that says "and Bodvar." So I think Bodvar just kind of hangs out here with Heimdall, and I think that's awesome. That's just fantastic. The humor is chef's kiss. I love it. I would have prevented this situation. Your big sword, my big sword. I can just man, it's beautiful. The humor is on point. The characters are so expressive too. Like if you see on this panel, like the close-up expressions are really, really cool, and then farther away expressions tend to be funnier to me. We have Nyx kind of pouting or grimacing a little bit more here, and everyone's just so expressive. This is such a colorful, vibrant world. It always has been, but it's just so cool seeing it in this way, right? But yeah, I'm super stoked for this. That's pretty much what we've got for this preview. So what do you think? Does this make you excited for the graphic novel? It makes me excited, obviously. And as of recording this video, the graphic novel is 13 days away on June 17th. It cannot come soon enough. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And until next time, all the best.